All right.
Damn. You good, bro?
I'm good, man. I might not look too good, but I'm good.
That was that killer second one.
Yeah.
I think it's this one that really got me.
Yeah.
Do that again.
I don't know how the hell you guys took that one, man.
I don't know how you made that.
Yo, I want to pour another one.
No, for you, but
jeez. after the final chapter.
I want to make sure you okay to drive home.
made that shit.
I can drink right now so I can try.
Damn, holy shit! I don't know how you guys even took that one.
Like you said, I don't know how you made that one, bro.
Well, no, you're not a drinker.
Oh well.
Okay, shoot down.
So Jeff had a question for you.
All right, the final chapter.
All right.
Here it is.
All right, final chapter, you guys. How? What is next for you, Chin?
Oh.
What is next for you?
Yeah, man. I think that's a good question. What is next for me? Mm-hmm. I just continuing to become the best version of myself, right? Wherever it takes me, like whether it be in my career, whether it be in music, or whatever else that may come up in my life. I think that a lot of times, like, people, they put too much pressure on themselves to become something, right? Mm-hmm. Like, I need to become this, I need to become that. But I'm a firm believer, like Mark Cuban says, the guy in Shark Tank.
Yep. I know exactly
owner
who he is.
of Dallas
Yep.
Mavericks. He says you only got to get it right once, right? Whatever that means. You only got to get it right once in your life. So who knows? Maybe 5 years, 3 years from now, I could start on something different and it could take off and it could be successful, or whether it be the next 10 years and I finally, come to terms with something that I really enjoy, that I'm okay with. So I think that if you break it down into a weekly thing where you just set weekly objectives for yourselves, I would say that I'm just trying to be better than I was the previous week. But whatever it is, I always say I'm a student of life, and there's always more to learn. And I just love connecting with like new people, culture, food, music, whatever it is, right? Like we're all on this life journey, and we all know that it's gonna be our time, like one day. So I just want to live my life on my terms.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You as being because you're also like an influencer to a lot of people.
Okay.
What do you have to say for the people that are inspired by you? What do you got for them?
I appreciate y'all, and if there's ever any questions that you have about anything, right, don't be afraid to ask, whether it be me or whether it be anybody else in your life, because I feel like a lot of times, like, I got to where I'm at because I wasn't afraid to ask those questions. I wasn't afraid to own up to my mistakes. I wasn't afraid to ask somebody who I feel like was in a better position than me a stupid question, right? Right. So just don't be afraid to take that risk. In my line of work, I work with a lot of interesting people. Sometimes people already have the answers for themselves. They just need somebody to sit there and listen and validate them.
Yeah.
And to tell them that what they're thinking of isn't wrong.
Right.
I'm not sure if it's going to be right, but but it isn't wrong either.
Yeah.
Right. And I feel like that's what's holding a lot of people back, is just their fear of either failure, rejection, or just kind of fear of the unknown. Right. Mm-hmm. So, a handful of people that I work with, like I said, I sit there, I say, okay, yeah. They start talking, and the more that they talk, they say, I just answered my own question. And I say,
I got you.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right? You did.
When it comes to like mental health, right, Chin? Have you ever dealt with anybody that has given you kind of like a thought process where you had to really think about trying to help this person?
Yeah, of course. I'm not an expert at everything. I'm here to figure it out with you. And the questions that and the answers that I don't know, like we'll work together to figure it out, right? So yeah, there are times where things do get tough.
I guess what Sean's trying to say is, do you have any what the fuck moments? like to be honest with you, you're a
Yeah.
psychologist, right? And then like
just the
psychology.
therapist.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, therapist,
Psychotherapist, yeah.
Like, do you have people like that, like different, so indifferent, and like you do have that mindset of what the fuck?
Nah, no. Because I truly think that everybody that I come across, I always give them a chance, right? It doesn't even have to be while I'm on the job.
So
It's just me as a
you.
person.
I could come to you.
Sure, why not? For real, why not?
Okay.
Like I'm not gonna fake it. I'm not gonna try to be an expert.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to understand.
Because from what I heard, it in your profession, you can't help clients that know you, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that I still can't just talk to you as a normal person, because this is what I do with the people that I do see. I don't come off as an expert. I always tell them, I was like, hey, you see me in the street, you see me in person, I'm gonna be the exact same way that I am here with you. There's too much energy. It's just too much energy for me to try to be a different person than I am while I'm working and while I'm off the job, right? Because I don't want to be all professional on the job, and then after the job I'm like this and like another person, right? Because that's just a lot of energy, You know how much energy it takes to just fake yourself, bro.
I agree.
I would rather avoid that, and I'd rather just be myself at all times, right?
Yeah.
And to me, like that's something that I had to figure out for myself over the years, and it's just been a lot easier for me. So I would say that professionally, yeah, if you want to talk and we don't know each other, you can. But even if we do know each other, like don't be afraid to reach out either, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a normal conversation like I'm having with everybody else. And the thing is, a lot of people have reached out to me personally that I have known, and but I'm not gonna speak on it, right? Because
you can't, you shouldn't.
I mean, I shouldn't. Like, why?
Right.
That's
That's
nothing to
their
brag
shit,
about. That's nothing to brag about. That's nothing to brag about. That's nothing to throw in people's face about, because we just don't know what people are going through.
People come through in all different walks of life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And everybody has their own journey. Everybody has their own story. And who am I to judge?
Exactly. I appreciate that so much, because you're being honest to us.
Yeah.
Because I know that everybody comes from every different walks of life, and you take it as it is.
Yeah. That's just
and
what it is.
I appreciate that so much, because I know Jared has been saying that he's been talking to you too, and I
Hold on,
I was like, shit, dude.
I
mean-
talk to him too, but
Well,
I'm afraid to come to you, because I'm like, Chin,
I
knowing
know
my
this man. I know what you're saying.
But you know what? I'd rather come to you than somebody that I don't know, and then they all of a sudden go and say stuff about me.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, man. You just have to reach out to those who you like really feel that you're close with and you're connected
Right.
with. Sometimes that may not always work, but you have to understand that like not everybody's gonna have that capacity to just hear you out and understand and really give you, that type of the energy where you're not gonna feel like they're not hearing you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yep.
I'm not gonna go to my car guy about computers. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna go.
Right.
Right. I'm not gonna go to my football guy about soccer. Right. So you just gotta understand like who to reach out to as well, because not everybody could be a listening ear. Not everybody can help you that way.
Yeah.
Like maybe, hey, this is my buddy. He's a good guy. but he's just not the type of person to really help me with this situation.
I think mentally for all men, I think that we keep too many things inside.
Yeah, for
Not
sure.
not just me.
Yeah.
You.
Of course,
Like,
bro.
all of us.
Absolutely.
I think
Of
we
course.
all keep too much things inside.
Yeah. I mean,
And
think so.
I think the biggest thing is that we're afraid that the people that we talk to is probably gonna
Make fun of
expose us,
Yeah.
make fun of us, judge, and then it makes us feel insecure that, man, one day it's gonna come out and I'm just gonna be like, fuck,
I
man.
just don't want to be a Monty again.
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 Oh, you heard that.
I thought I trusted
Monty, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
You cannot create a
Look
fake
at these
page.
texts.
Right.
You cannot
Look
create,
at him.
Yeah.
You cannot create a fake page and name it Chatham Wong.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's the thing about like just kind of like men's mental health in general, right? It's kind of like, well, we're taught not to.
You know, to be honest
show
with you, Hmong people and like Hmong men health, why do we keep killing our wife?
That's
Isn't that crazy?
That's not a we issue.
I think
it's a whole
it's a
world
Hmong
issue.
issue.
No, it's a world issue.
It
bro.
cannot be a word.
Yeah.
It's not a we
Because
issue.
it's Mekas, Kedu, it's
Yeah,
me,
it
it's
happens to everybody, bro.
You can't just say this Hmong people,
well,
You see it, you highlight
I
it.
think in the Hmong world, we're more controlling and we're
There's
more,
a Hmong men epidemic.
yeah.
Suicides, I'll say that.
but then you're talking about
murder
white people-
shit. Nah, it's
Hmong people
isolated
do-
incidents.
Hmong people do that shit. Dude.
I mean we
Got the white chick.
Well,
Yeah.
it was it's our community.
That's-
so we highlight it.
Right.
That's what it is.
I mean,
yeah.
we also gotta look at, I don't know, we gotta pull up the statistics, right?
Yeah.
And but things like that. But it is true, like that seems to be like a common theme that like kind of happens within our community too, right? Like why does it happen? I don't know, man. We have to really look into that, right? Like we can't just ignore that and be like, oh, it's just another one. Like if it happens like so often or so regularly, we really have to like check ourselves and be like, what's really going on?
Yeah, not to cut you,
Sorry,
sorry,
go ahead.
but for black people, if they have a problem with the wife, they just say, okay, whatever, fuck you, I'm out. They're gonna walk out. The white people be like, I'm gonna kill you.
But we don't know that. White or black, though. We don't know that. Hold on. We don't know that.
I think it's the history, it's
Yeah,
the
it's
experience
the-
that
Yeah.
we've gone through. Because I do speak from experience because my old man, when we were growing up, right? It was always. I mean, I'm not gonna. Shit, I'm gonna throw myself under the bus here. Like my old man, he was abusive. Okay.
Yeah, see?
So what do I know, right? I mean, shit, you guys know I fight.
Yeah.
I took that out. And
Yes, I'm a fighter. Yes.
yeah,
You don't want
I'm
the
a
smoke.
fighter. Like I fight, and the shit that goes on in my life, it's not perfect like everybody expect it to, but you can change, like what Naher said. You can change. You can make that choice on your own, but you have to find the right people to follow. You have to find the right people to listen to and learn from them, because if you don't. And you don't make that change, it's going to be the same stuff. And then eventually that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And so I think that our community, they are not willing to change.
Yeah.
They don't know who to follow.
Yep.
And I can tell you right now, in our community, who to follow, jump on YouTube, type in what you want to learn.
Yeah.
There's so many things out
Resources are there.
The resources are all there now. It used to not be there, and you had to battle this shit on your own, or else you got the
Yeah.
and they would be the ones that would educate you or help you along the way and along the journey. But they're not along guiding you every step of the way, and that was the big deal, because you needed that guidance. But if you didn't get that, then eventually you will lose your way. You will lose the path, and eventually you become who you eventually were, right? So the change is all there, but you have to make that change, and you have to really step up and be that guidance for yourself too, because you king, son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, can I say something? I want to do a shout out to.
Oh, of course.
So Numplai Gulia, like yesterday, he made a
What the
live.
hell?
He made a live video about that.
We got time. We got time. Go
No,
for
no,
it.
he made a live video about that. About the mong how better to king. We're gonna be a leader, become like, because
Right.
just look it up, and then just look at
I will. I will.
He actually posted up, but
Okay.
I just wanted to say that. That's it.
Okay.
And Chin, going back to you, we were saying earlier, we have a dear friend of ours. Like I was there and stuff. Like he had a lot of health issues and stuff, and night terrors. I'm not gonna say his name, but I think you know who we talking about. Yeah.
No.
And like
Go ahead.
well, yeah, I'm not gonna mention his name out of respect for his privacy, but like
right.
I would go to his house, hang out with the boys and stuff, and his roommates and friends, and we'd be hearing him screaming. I'm like, yo, what's going on, man? Like, yo, like I know this guy for like 10 plus years. Like, so, yo, is he okay? Like, he's fine. He's like, hey, yo, he's screaming in his fucking sleep. That's not fine. That's not normal. That's cool. He's good. This is him being him. I was like, no, that's not him being him. So I had to check up on him, see how he's doing. And, like fast forward 2-3 years later, he's doing good now. But
Okay.
it goes back to what we were talking about earlier. Like sometimes you need to surround yourself with a great support system to even check up on you or help support you. Because sometimes you could be around people who might be your friends or what you might consider family. They won't give you that leverage and support to, hey, like you need to check yourself out because this isn't right. Some people just be like, hey, no, you're just being you. You're okay. That's not. Maybe you're being you, but sometimes you shouldn't be that way. I'm not saying like you can't be yourself, but there's some things that needs to be corrected.
Right.
Because we all know when someone's not right.
What if you don't talk about it? How would they know?
There's a public viewing of you seeing it. I'm not saying, but it depends on the subject matter we're talking about.
Yeah.
Because it's a very sensitive subject.
It's pretty sensitive.
I want to hear that.
Yeah, when you see someone who is like screwing up or like needs help and they're not asking for help or even crying for help,
Yeah.
the best you could do is to be supportive to them, treat them as you normally would, address them and help them out too. I'm not saying like just sometimes people need help financially, sometimes people need help emotionally or physically. Like it's you just do what you can, but at the end of the day, sometimes they can do it themselves, but sometimes people need more help than just them doing it themselves.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's so easy to just do a.
It's like they know the answer, but they need emotional
No,
support.
not even that. What I'm saying, it's like sometimes it's so easy to say, "Hey, you could just do this, you'll be all right." Sometimes you need to help them, uplift them.
Encouragement.
Yeah, not encouragement, uplift them yourself. Like be there for them in person.
So tell us about that situation.
Oh, which one?
The one you were just talking about.
Oh, homeboy. Oh no. That I spoke to him. That's what it is. Like, yeah, you okay, man? Because I'm not. When I spoke with him, I didn't talk to him about how his friends his roommates were talking to him about his health situation. I just checked up on him. Hey, you okay? You doing all right? How's everything? I know what you've been through. You good? It's good. It's good. It's good you're talking. It's good hearing you're all right. I was just worried about you. Just checking on you. Just checking on people.
Right.
That's what we should do. People make efforts nowadays as we get older to see people, check in on people.
Yeah.
You don't have to address that main issue immediately. You just have to, there's chip away at it. There's margins of just like, hey, let's see how you're doing. Let's we don't have to go out immediately. It's like like us running game on women. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't have to do this immediately. But vice versa, no homo. Just talking to our homeboys and friends and family. Hey, bro, you good? Let's not jump the bridge or jump immediately addressing that. Hey, man, you need help. You're crazy. Let's just like slowly. Hey, bro, you good? You my brother. We're gonna do this together. You good? All right, let me know.
Yeah.
What if everybody's crazy?
Oh, we're all crazy. We're all crazy.
I think everybody has that.
Yeah, we're all crazy.
Yeah.
I agree with you, Julio, because I got to say this, my cousin.
But we can't outcast people because we think they're crazy.
Yeah, of course, because my cousin he acted like a normal person. The only thing he did different was that he started cutting the lawn. He started taking care of his family, right? And then the next week he disappeared for good.
What?
Yeah, he committed suicide. you know.
Oh, yep. So you don't not really know what people are going through.
Of course,
It's like everything's fine.
yeah. It looks like, oh, hey, he's doing better now. He's cutting the grass.
So
He's
how do we
taking care of
Sorry
himself.
to cut you off, but
No.
So how do we get past that point where they do not do that?
Oh, we don't know. We don't know.
Yeah, we
just
don't.
don't know.
We
Well,
don't.
you know, I would say, you know, man, you just have people just have to be more understanding that nowadays it's okay for men to become more vulnerable with what they're going through, right? Like I always say, you know, all the problems that we go through mentally, you got to treat that like a physical problem, right? Like imagine if you have like a rolled ankle or a sprained wrist. You're not going to ignore that. You're going to treat that. Right? So same thing.
I don't know, man.
Like, are you really going to ignore a rolled ankle and go on your day like it's not rolled?
Yeah,
like,
limping
no.
and stuff.
Like you're going to have to take care of
To be
that.
honest with you, I have
Yeah.
a
What's
broken
that?
wrist, a broken elbow. Either way.
It's
But
fine.
but you still iced it, you know, you still are cautious about how to use it, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. So
You're
same thing with the problems that you're dealing with mentally, right? Like imagine if something like terrible happened to you. A lot of men do is that, you know, they store that, they put it somewhere in the back of their mind. It's gonna be there. It's gonna bother them, but they're not ever gonna touch it, and they're just gonna go on with their day, and then it's gonna bother them.
Yep.
But what you have to do is you have to sit in those feelings and those thoughts and really process through, you know, this thing and break it down, right? Like Cooley said, you got to chip away at it, right?
Yeah.
Because if you don't, it's going to be there. And the longer that it's there, the longer that it's going to affect every other area of your life, right? Like you could be angry at something for no reason, and you're going to be mad at somebody for the smallest thing, but it really comes back to this thing that you've been ignoring, right? So you got to really process it. You really got to just kind of imagine like it's like you know, like a bucket of water that's just kind of sitting in your head, right? Like you either let it sit there, or like when you talk about it, you're venting and you're releasing some of
You
that.
dumped it on you.
Yeah, exactly, right? It's gonna overflow, and then it's just gonna be dumped onto the wrong person, or you either dump it out and have another empty bucket for another set of problems.
So, you know, just to end it here, Chin, what would you have to say to the brothers that are struggling through all the hardship that they're going through right now?
I would say, you know, if you have a good support system, if you have close friends or family members that you really feel like you trust them, don't be afraid to reach out. Don't be afraid to just really be vulnerable and, you know, tell them that, hey, I just need somebody to talk with. Because a lot of times I feel like a lot of men or people in general, they're like, well, I don't want to tell my best friend about what's going on. I don't want to put this burden on them. But you got to really think about it, like, well, why are they even your friends in the first place? Isn't that what friends are for, right? And if they just don't get it, they don't understand, then, you know, you find somebody else who you can relate with, who you can talk with. And if it doesn't work, then hey, you gotta seek other, you know, maybe even professional help, because, you know, you don't want to avoid some of these things that you're feeling, that you're going through, right? You don't want to try to go around them. You want to go through them, right? You want to go through them. You know, I encourage everybody to try to really just process and think things through. Again, everybody's on a different journey, different path. Some may take longer than others, but as long as you continue to work towards improving yourself and figuring things out for yourself, then you can't go wrong. I wouldn't even say, you know, like even me, I had to utilize my brothers, like as my friends, like my core friend groups. When I'm going through things, I can talk to them, and it's been really helpful. Those are the guys who I feel like knows me for a long time, so I'm able to trust them to give me advice. But if you don't have anybody like that, hey, maybe you might have to go seek a therapist or something like that. Because why not, right? People think therapy is like, it's a little weird, or
There's no shame in
right?
that.
It's like it's just kind of weird for me to just go and talk to somebody about this, because you know why, I don't need it. I'm strong, whatever. But really, you're just really investing in yourself, right? Think of it as a personal trainer. Why do you invest in a personal trainer? Because you want to get stronger physically. You want to invest in a therapist, maybe because you want to get stronger mentally. You want to figure things out. You don't have to wait until the ship is sinking until you reach out. If you already know that things are going wrong, like don't wait until you hit rock bottom until you go reach out to somebody, right? If you know that things are going wrong already, maybe you could just take a step back and just be like, all right, you know what? Maybe this is when I really should reach out to somebody before things really go bad.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I love that, you know, because sometimes you can't even turn to family because
Exactly.
they can't relate to what you're doing.
Right.
They can't relate to what you're going through. So
Yeah.
I really thank you.
Yeah.
We're out of time, so we totally are out of time. So, you guys, I want to thank you guys for staying tuned. I want to thank Chin Chilla and I want to thank Julio for coming on. Thank you guys so much. And I'm kind of messed up right now, but you know, you guys keeping your composure and you guys still educating the community. I want to thank you guys for coming on.
Yeah, man. I appreciate your brother, man. Shout outs to Telemon Podcast for having us on.
Thank
You know,
Thank you.
always doing good work for the community. So, you know, I'm glad that you even consider having me on, and I'm blessed to be here. So I really appreciate you.
We are blessed to have you on here, you know, honestly. Okay. And thank you guys. And we're going to stop it here. So you guys stay tuned for the pre-record. And also, if you guys have any questions, feel free to shoot out any messages to Telemon Podcast or Chin Chilla and also Coolio. And, you know, if you guys want to do any shout outs too, yeah, go for it. All right, Coolio?
I'm good.
Shout outs to gang.
Gang? All right.
Gang.
All right. And
This is actually the first time I ended a session with Shua.
There you go.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll just send you home
Well,
Okay.
that's true.
I just stayed tonight. I don't know why.
You trying to make
I
us
want to
drink
do.
up.
Shit, I need to go home too.
Oh shit! I'm sorry,
drink.
Chad. I kept you a little bit longer. You know.
Oh no, see that's the thing that I'm telling you that I don't mind it. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate
I'm
that.
doing it for me and for you.
Right.
That's right.
I do it for me though.
That's right.
That's why I love my crew. You know, because they always
I know
stick
it.
with me as long as they can. So
You know what I mean? Like,
I really
Also,
appreciate
shout outs YouTube,
Sir,
the
yes,
best
sir.
website ever invented, man.
YouTube.
that. I agree. I agree. You know, they have great educational purpose on there. You guys follow some of the stuff on there. If you guys have any questions, type it in there, and they have educational and professionals on there to educate you. So, other than that, you know, I want to do a shout out to my boy Schofield, Schofield and Shanghai. You guys are doing great things.
Shout out
Keep it up, Schofield and Four Thumbs. You know, I love you. Thank you guys so much,
Shout outs, Mitch.
and you know, Chin Chilla. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it, brother.
Thank you guys so much. And the artists, the athletes, and the boys that are struggling through anything. You guys know that we are here, okay? Telemon Podcast, we started this for you guys. So if you guys have any questions, if you guys have anything you guys want to shoot our way, please feel free to, all right? We'll get you guys hooked up with the right people. And even if you guys have any questions, if you guys want to ask us, you're more than welcome to, all right? So you guys have a good night. And you guys stay tuned for our next episode, okay? Take care.
Talk ain't blue, boy you zoo. Fuck my old bitch, switch it with my new. Got a lot of old shit that I gotta do. Ice on my neck, got me looking like the woo. I'm the pie, ayy, that your mama zoo and zoo. She like how I talk, got a feeling through and through. Ooh, จอนั้นกูซื้อละมาอดกูลึกๆยากูจะซัดสังเกตดอลลาร์อยู่ตั้งแต่วันเดย์